Hey there, happy 4 motherfucking 20 from god awful fucking British Columbia. We're not so Columbia-tastic anymore. No, it's pretty overrated now. Anywho, let's see. How could it get any worse out here in BC? I wonder. Well, we could smoke all the weed and then run out of weed, and then there'd be no more weed. I don't know. That would be worse. Hmm. Could all the potheads and all the hippies in all of BC smoke all the weed and then BC's dry? Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. It's this fucking wonderful weed that, like, it grows in the fucking forest and, like, it grows all these wonderful budlets and then you can smoke them. It grows so fast, this wonderful cannabis sativa and hemp plant, like, God just made weed too good for that. Like, even if you did run out, you could grow more next season. Like, even if worse came to worse, maybe you could roll the roaches or something, I guess. I'm sure that there's been so much weed smoked in British Columbia over the years, there's enough roaches. We could get through a winter and grow some more next year. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting thoughts to think of around the campfire at night. Now, how come we can't do that with houses out here? Because all the boomers said, "Oh no, not in my backyard. We can't, we can't have any developments there. Oh no, you're gonna have to pay us $1 million if you want to build a house next to ours, because you know the high price of highfalutin society. We're too good for you, unless, of course, you have $1 million buy-in to our elitist club of whatever the fucking postal code is." Imagine if you could just grow houses like they grow weed, and it's almost like as though you have a captivated audience because everybody needs a house. Not everybody's a fucking hippie or a god awful fucking weed addict, right? You got to take that into account. But theoretically, everybody needs a house. So you could grow those houses like weed and you could be selling them like hotcakes left, right, and center, and you could make more money. Nope. That's not the way we do things here in British Columbia. Here in BC, we hold on to the bitter end. They won't let go of their delusion that there's not enough houses. Let me tell you, so many motherfucking people have moved the fuck out of BC because it's too expensive and they're not the McMillionaires that they thought that they were or could pretend. Because, the credit crunch is real, motherfuckers. So, yeah, there's nobody left. They got empty condos and they got people out on the street because the empty condos, they're worth too much to the banks to ever let people inside. That would make their value depreciate instead of appreciate, right? So we can't have that in Vancouver, no siree. But they could be growing condos. Oh, wait, they are. They tried growing condos like weeds and they couldn't even finish the projects, folks. We've got condos, apartment buildings, row after row after row, unfinished, nearly finished, having to be in receivership to get more extensions on their lines of credit or their loans for the development. And there ain't nobody here to move in. There's no jobs left, folks, because they've stopped building. So all the jobs, no, Nobody sticks around any more than a few months after they don't have a job anymore when they're from someplace else to begin with, you fucking morons. Oh. Pretty much the only people that are sticking it out in BC are the drug addicts with the freebies, the lifers, and the locals who, too retarded to begin with, never had the common sense to get the fuck out while the barn was still burning before the roof of the barn collapsed and crushed your spine and left you paralyzed in a burning building, crushed under a large beam and immobilized legs. Because that's the situation that we're at in British Columbia right now. And you know what their solution is? David Eby and Bob Rene think that they can sell condos to empty condos to foreign investors to rent to the locals at super high rates, and that this is going to solve the empty condo problem. But you see, we've tried that already. That's what got us into this mess. So once again, with the definition of insanity and the fucking liberal mindset of let's just stick the fork in the electrical socket again and see what happens this time. They told you that there's not enough houses and we need to build more houses. They told you that it was too expensive to build the houses. The only ones who had the money were the foreigners. So we have to sell the houses to the foreigners. Oh, but we don't have enough workforce. There's not enough people to build the houses here locally. We have to give these jobs to foreigners, temporary foreign workers, and they're going to do a better job than you for less money than you. And so this is how we have to do it in Vancouver. And all the foreigners that own all the houses, and all the foreigners that built all the houses, they've either sold their condos or they've left their non-existent jobs and they've all moved off back home because they had another home to go to where they came from in the first place. They had no ties and no loyalty to your shit city. So now that you've built all these houses, and yet there's nobody there to smoke the weeds, houses, because all the hippies have moved off to greener pastures someplace else where they can grow their fucking tomatoes in peace for less than, $2 million to breathe the air in the lobby for 15 minutes, as you seem to prefer and think these condominiums empty are so greatly valued at. That now we've got too many condos or empty apartments or empty houses for sale. And so once again, foreigners need to buy the empty fucking apartments, and somehow they can magically rent them out in a deflating market to the locals. And it's gonna be a good business plan for them and for us. You can't get any fucking stupider unless you're trying to shoot yourself in the foot after you just shot yourself in the other foot, just to make sure that it's not loaded still. This is the new plan in British Columbia. You know what? Fuck you, and have a great fuck off now.